Are you not aware that I get farty and bloated with a foamy latte?
Yeah, we are. We are, Kyle. We know you get all farty and bloated whenever you, drink some latte. We get it. We get it. We don't need to be reminded. We have a little note up in the office. All the new recruits know not to give you any foamy lattes, okay? So enough. Enough, okay?
Shut the fuck up, Kyle!
We get it. Oh, look at me. I get off. Then don't fucking drink it. Starbucks is coming out today. As of today, their pumpkin spice lattes back in rotation. So expect to see that a lot. People are going to be posting about it on social media. Oh, guys, guess what? Happy PSL day. Look at us. Hashtag living life. I didn't know what PSL was. My wife texted me. She's like, ooh, PSL is back. I'm like, what is PSL? Pumpkin spice latte. Whoop, whoop. She didn't say whoop, whoop, but she wanted to. Deep in her heart, she wanted to be like, yes, yes. She's probably, going through her Starbucks app. Do I have any gift cards on there? I'm going to run over to fucking Starbucks and shit away like $10. No, she's not going to. Well, she might actually. Are you into the pumpkin spice latte? I'm fine with maybe getting it once a season. And it's usually because, I don't know, you might go into a Starbucks or something like that and you smell it and you're like, maybe. Then you drink it. I get halfway through it and I'm like, I'm kind of done with it already. I can't eat too much of it or consume too much of that flavor. It's not terrible. It's just a little much for me. And then you're going to see all these other products, these other companies jumping on the bandwagon, whether it's ice cream. Ice cream might be kind of good, but again, small doses. I know they had Jello. Jello, that's disgusting. That has to be gross. Who fucking made that one? The devil? Jesus Christ. Satan, what do you want to make? I don't know. Pumpkin spice latte Jello? Yeah, okay. Makes sense. You sick fuck. Oreos. Oreos I've never had. I know they've been around for a bit. That sounds delicious. Have you had those? Are those good? What's the best pumpkin spice latte themed thing that you've had? Donuts? Donuts would be good. I'm not a huge donut guy, but you get me some like coffee cake type of donut. Maybe put some, you know, PSL on there. Might be delicious. Cream cheese. What the fuck? What kind of sick bastard did that? Hey, we have an idea. Okay, what is it, Kyle? What do we need? What do we need to do to jack up sales? What's going to be the next skyrocketing idea? All right, guys, here we go. Here we go. Pumpkin spice latte cream cheese.
Shut the fuck up, Kyle!
You're fired. God, you son of a bitch. Wait, guys, what about pumpkin spice latte milk?
You sick son of a bitch.
Anyway, nobody saw Kyle after that meeting. People think he's dead. I don't know. Bourbon might be good. I saw that there's been a couple companies out there that have done pumpkin spice latte themed bourbon. I've had maple from is it Knobs Creek or Knob Creek? Either way, they had a maple flavored bourbon that I got. I liked it. Although I feel like I didn't let it breathe one time and I drank it really quick after opening it. Don't know what the rush was, but I didn't let it breathe and the flavors didn't set and it just tasted kind of gross. I'll tell you this real quick. Side note. Sometimes flavored bourbon is good. Like I said, maple was good. Cinnamon, fucking delicious and dangerous. But the most disgusting thing I've had that was a flavored bourbon or whiskey, and it's still up in my cabinet, and I don't know if I'll ever finish it, is peanut butter. So gross. I got it a few years ago. might have been last Christmas, at my wife's family's, gift exchange. We do it like a white elephant. It's pretty fun. Things can change hands like twice and then it's dead type of thing. And I ended up getting the peanut butter bourbon or whiskey, whatever it was. Disgusting. It tastes like something you would clean an engine with. It's terrible. So, that being said, I wouldn't mind trying a pumpkin spice latte bourbon. Might be good. This one's disgusting. This one had to have been brought to the table before Kyle was offed by the higher ups. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna know. You're gonna know. Ready? Kyle, what's your next idea? This is your last chance. Last chance. Kyle. All right, guys, stay with me on this one. Pumpkin spice latte spam.
You're the devil!
All right, somebody get the gun. Shoot him. Shoot him. Just shoot him. It's fine. That's disgusting. Pumpkin spice latte spam. That came out. That was like a limited edition thing. Part of me would like to try it just to see how terrible it is. The other part of me is like, why would you do that? That's blasphemy. I love spam. Spam's delicious. Anybody that thinks so, you're the devil. Okay, you're the devil. Don't be pointing your finger at me and saying that I'm sick and disgusting. It's delicious. We had the opportunity to visit Hawaii a couple times, and out there, if you've ever been there, spam's just part of life out there. You get that Loco Moco. I don't think Loco Moco has spam on it, but that's just a delicious entree out there. But spam's pretty commonplace out there. And that's the first time I had it. So we'll use it in replace of bacon and do BLTs. We call them SLTs in the DeHuff household. It's delicious. Cut them up in slices, fry it up. It's fucking awesome. But that being said, don't know if I'd really want to try pumpkin spice latte. You guys got to let me know. Are you a fan of anything pumpkin spice? Is there something just gnarly? Is there something shocking that's delicious? You tell me. Hit me up, DeHuffPodcast@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on my socials at DeHuff Podcast. We got a great show coming your way, guys. Insane. The butt sniffer was caught again out in California. You'd think he'd learn his lesson, but he got caught. The WNBA dildo tosser was apprehended, one of them. They're still on the search for other ones. We'll get into that. Boomer Esiason exposes the cheap-ass Cincinnati Bengals. I thought the Browns were a shit organization, but the Bengals are giving them a run for their money. Speaking of the Browns, Shedeur Sanders advanced in the depth chart for the Browns, but I still want them to let him go. We'll get more into that a little bit later. I know you got a little bit of Shedeur Sanders fatigue, but man, we got to jump into it a little bit later. Real quick, hit that subscribe button wherever you're consuming this, and whether it's subscribe, follow, whatever, it doesn't matter either way. And also, if you can, interact with the show. We got a lot of people starting to do more and more of that on Spotify, and I'll tell you, behind the scenes, I'm seeing a big spike, and it's all courtesy of you guys. Anytime you can just, I know Carl's big on it. There's a guy named, I think it's Iron Donkey does it a lot. The dude, there's a guy, Tompito. I don't have it brought up right now. I'm just going off the top of my head. One guy was arguing with me about some people over at 104.3 The Fan. He's not a fan of Josh Dover, I'll tell you that much. Dover's a nice guy to me. I don't know what he does. I don't listen to the station anymore. I'm sorry. Sorry, I don't. I don't know his quirks. I don't know if he's an asshole to people. I just know how he treats me. Okay, we'll get into that. But anyway, go ahead, interact with the show any way you can. Remember, today's show is presented to you by the great people over at Roof Goat USA. Check them out at roofgoatusa.com. And what we need to do, I'll tell you more about Roof Goat USA in a little bit, but let's just do it. Let's jump into headlines.
Let's go! Let's go!
And now, here are the headlines.
Yeah, I teased it at the top. Burbank police confirmed to TMZ that they have arrested 38-year-old Khalees Karen Crowder after he was accused of sniffing someone's butt. And they wrote an act that he's been booked for on more than one occasion. Gross. Gross. Surveillance footage allegedly showed him engaging in the disgusting behavior by sniffing a female shopper's butt at a store at the Empire Shopping Center. At the time, Crowder was charged by prosecutors with one count of loitering with intent to commit a crime and ordered to pay $100,000 bail as a condition of his release. When I hear stories like this, maybe you do too. Do you ever get those moments where you're like, God, it would be so bizarre if a story like this, if you saw the picture, you're like, oh my God, I know that man. Part of me, I know that that's going to happen one day. It has yet to happen. I've hung around with some weird people. I have. Spencer, if you're listening, I'm just kidding. He's probably like, where the fuck that come from? There's been moments where I'm like, God, it's like it's a disgusting thing. It's not murder, but still pretty fucked up. What if you saw your friend's face up there, or at least somebody you went to school with? You know, you're like, hey, that's Crowder. Oh my God, we used to play basketball together. Oh fuck, he's in trouble for what? Sniffing asses? You know what? Now that I recall, things did get weird. That one time we were all playing basketball. We're all lined up for a free throw. Next thing I know, I look over and Crowder's got his nose up that one guy's back end. I mean, we let him finish. We just let him finish. But, after that, it's just weird. We just didn't invite him to anything anymore. Somebody had to have known that this guy had some weird fetish. Whether it was his classmates, his friends, something. Somebody knew that he was going down a twisted path. And then now they see him on TV. There's at least one or two people that are like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That dude was weird. Now you're rolling around, back in the day, all these people that you either went to school with or people that you've worked with or just interacted with, and you're just like, I could see that guy being a butt sniffer, right? And that poor lady or any of the victims, just imagine that. I mean, talk about shocking. You're like, I feel like something's tickling my butt. You're looking at clothes. You'll be like, this one looks good. How about that one? Looking in the mirror. And you're like, what the fuck? There's some guy crouched down sniffing her back end. No, come on. He's got a nose full of you. That's not fun. That's not fun. Ooh, somebody ate Taco Bell. Am I right? Get the fuck out. What do you do if you see somebody sniffing your wife's or your significant other's back end? What do? I imagine if they're crouched down, you're just gonna karate. You're gonna do your best Jean-Claude Van Damme to the dude's face, right? Ha! Type of thing. Oh, I'd be fucking furious. Furious. I don't know. I think there'd be a moment of disbelief, and then you just be overwhelmed with disgust and break the guy's face. I'm sorry. That's gross. That's so disgusting. I laughed though. I laughed because it is kind of funny. Let's be honest. But if anybody ever did that to my wife or my daughter, I'm gonna break the guy's face. Sorry, but not sorry. New York Police Department arrested alleged WNBA sex toy tosser. According to the lawyer, the DA is hunting crypto bros behind all this craze. Those same crypto bros that reached out to me to tell me on Twitter that they were behind it. God, I hope I don't get, what is that? called in and they're like, we need you to testify. I don't want to testify against the green dildo guys. I don't, because it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. And then be like, please speak into the microphone, Mr. DeHuff. At what point did you know that this was serious? Probably, am I talking too close to the microphone? Probably when they told me via Twitter or X. Come on, who are we kidding, Musk? That they were the ones that were tossing these green dildos onto the WNBA court. Do you find, Mr. DeHuff, that this is a troubling scenario with them tossing these? I don't see how that's relevant. I'm sure somebody should be objecting. But let's be honest, nobody was watching the WNBA really before since, Caitlin Clark was out. They're like, wow, that's the big draw. And then all of a sudden, boom, breath of fresh air being pumped into their chest. The WNBA is resurging for ratings because there's a good chance you might see a green dildo fly on the court. Just saying. They might want to get a cut. These green dildo tossers. Anyway, the person that turned himself in is a guy from Ohio. It's not like they caught him. The dude actually had a guilty conscience, and he turned himself in to police on Wednesday after allegedly throwing a green sex toy during a New York City Liberty game that struck a 12-year-old girl in the leg. His name's Charles Burgess. He's 32 years old from Dayton, Ohio. He was arraigned on 10 criminal charges. 10 criminal charges, including felony assault with a weapon. Oh my God, apparently a rubber dick is a weapon. It wasn't that big. If you got in a fight with somebody and the only thing that you had for a weapon was a 6, 7-inch, maybe 8-inch, depending on the weather, dildo, are you gonna? That's what you're gonna leave mushroom bruises on somebody's face. I don't understand why that's considered a weapon. That's a little absurd. I would love to see that fight though. I want to see two individuals just go at it, fighting wise, not whatever, with two dildos, like they're just fighting each other, slapping each other. That could be a weird event on the Ocho, ESPN the Ocho. Dildo fights. Welcome to the first annual dildo fights, brought to you by Greek Dildo Currency or whatever it's fucking called. Now, in the right corner, in the one corner, whatever, I don't know. Anyway, dildos fighting, go. It's terrible. So they're felony assault with a weapon, interfering with a sporting event, and obscenity, obscene stuff. Okay, you got it. Here's what's crazy. I'm reading all these articles, and they're like, dude, these people are attacking the WNBA. This is disgusting. It's pure sexism. Somebody tossed a green dildo on the field at the Vikings game. Nobody's clumping that in with this? No? Come on. I'm sure there's a joke in there when it comes to the male cheerleaders. You guys do that on your own. They're like, oh, shit. That's a good one. Like the ladies would be, too. I'm saying, listen, equal opportunity, okay? I just want to know, like, at the WNBA games, it would be wild if, like, say, 100 people threw dildos on the court at the same time. Come on. That being said, if you're trying to play a sport and you roll your ankle, I said this before, you roll your ankle on a freaking green dildo, that's going to piss you off. Or you get hit in the face. Imagine like you got hit in the eye by a flying dildo. Nobody's going to believe you. You got a black eye. What's that black eye from? Did you get in a fight? No, somebody threw a dildo. Come on. You got your ass kicked. Or shit got kinky. Either way. Imagine being apparently I'm playing like imaginary. Like use your mind's eye in this conversation. Imagine you go to jail. because you threw a dildo on the court or on the field, right? And you got that, big burly inmate next to you. He's like, "What you in here for?" Dildo guy's just like, "I was slinging dildos at a WNBA game. Got in trouble, got arrested." "Nice. Let's go hit the showers." Oh, no. No. No, unless he was just like, "Nice. Let's go hit the showers." Oh, no. Not again. I'm just saying you're going to be popular in jail. That's really what I'm getting down to. You're going to have that stigma, that stench attached to you that is like, "Oh, he's the dildo guy. Oh, all right. All right. He knows his way around the, a rubber dong." Anyway, it's getting kind of gross. It's getting kind of gross talking about it. You got a butt sniffer, then people throw in green dildos still. But at least somebody got, at least the guy fessed up. Because could you imagine being hunted down? They got him, they bring in a SWAT team. You're the immature dickhead that threw a dildo on a WNBA court. You hit a child with it. They barge down, break down your door, barge in your living room. You're eating a bowl of cereal at 3 p.m., and they're just like, "You son of a bitch," slam your head down into the bowl. They drag you out. Media's outside with cameras rolling. You got, spilled cereal all over your face. You're wearing, sweats in your house slippers. Yeah, you're the guy. You're the guy. That's going to live forever. At least you turned yourself in. At least you did that. Hey, we got more coming your way. But first, when it comes to roof repairs, you're going to want to go with the best. You're going to want to go with the GOAT. Who's the GOAT? You know who it is. Who is it? Who's the GOAT? Roof Goat USA. You said it with me. That's fun. That is fun. They've been in business for over 23 years. They understand the headache that comes with fixing a roof, whether it's repair, replacement, insurance claims. Roof Goat USA's experienced professionals are committed to delivering reliable and durable solutions. They prioritize the safety and comfort of your family, making sure that your home is well protected against all the elements. In fact, Roof Goat USA is so confident in the work they do and believe in everything that they do. They guarantee their work for 30 years. That's all materials and labor for 30 years from date of installation. That's the Roof Goat USA way. So go ahead, check them out for all your roofing needs. Contact the GOAT, 303-495-4630. Again, 303-495-4630. Or if it's easier, just go to roofgoatusa.com. Again, roofgoatusa.com. Go there, set up a free evaluation. They'll come out there and show you what needs to be done. What's the next step in your journey? Experience the Roof Goat USA difference today. And what we need to do right now is jump into sports.
He's walked the hallowed grounds of Folsom Field, Coors Field, and Mile High Stadium.
He runs at the 50. He runs at the 40. The guy is drunk, but there he goes.
It's time for sports with DeHuff.
Boomer Esiason is just a legendary quarterback, Hall of Fame quarterback. Used to play for the Cincinnati Bengals. I grew up watching him. I enjoyed his game. I worked with him a few times. He used our studios, and he does a radio show on WFAN in New York. So he'd come in early when I would get there. I'd actually be there, before he was, and he was a nice dude. A nice dude every single time I worked with him. "Hey, Scott, how's it going?" Blah, blah, blah. Or he'd call me DeHuff. I don't remember. But he was always friendly. And don't have a bad thing to say about him. But Boomer came out on his show, like I said, WFAN radio, to talk about how the Cincinnati Bengals invited members of their Ring of Fame, which included himself, to this year's introduction game via generic email, is what he said. The invitation included 2 complimentary game tickets, but required honorees to pay their own way and also hotel. And then he read the email, blah, blah, blah. He was visibly frustrated by the impersonal tone and lack of recognition. So here's the way I'm going to look at this. Yes, he could afford it. He can afford those tickets. He can afford the housing. But the thing is, it's a dick move by the Bengals. And not all the players can afford it. Some of those guys, they might be down on their luck. That's the way things go in sports. Sometimes guys are good with their money and they continue to work and continue to earn. Some of them, have struggles, just like any other industry. The point is, even with the Denver Broncos, when we had the trust leading the Broncos and whatever, even before that, when it was Pat Bowlen, at no time would I ever imagine that the Denver Broncos would invite, say, Ring of Famers from all over the country, wherever they're at, to come to Denver, and they wouldn't front the bill. They would give them the tickets. They would make sure. They probably wouldn't even give them tickets. They give them like credentials so that they could be wherever and, go into a special booth or whatever. They would pay for the flights, and they would also pay for the housing, hotel. Man, you hear that from Boomer Esiason, and it's just like, come on, man, Bengals. I thought the Browns were shit. That's a pretty classless move by the Cincinnati Bengals. And again, I know Boomer Esiason rubs some people the wrong way. He comes out and says things the way he believes them. That's just the way a lot of personalities are. If you want to be a good personality, especially on a national level like he is, you got to go out there and just be blunt. He knows his shit, especially when it comes to football. And that rubs some people the wrong way, especially when it goes against what you believe. But like I said, all the interactions, I had a lot of interactions with him, and it was, and what's funny, and I've told you guys this before, is a lot of times it's usually the people that never played sports are the assholes. It's the media guys that are the assholes, not the former athletes that are in media. But he was always super kind to me, super, super nice. Hey, Huff, blah, blah, blah. Where can I get some coffee? And I'll be like, you know what? It's over here. I just brewed some. Oh, thanks so much, man. And he was just a good dude, and still is a good dude as far as I'm concerned. Like I said, he rubs people the wrong way. Or I shouldn't say, the media guys that I've ran into that are just complete assholes. Rich Eisen, I had multiple run-ins with him. Where one, he cursed out somebody I used to work with. Just ask Ryan Edwards of KOA about it one day. If you ever get a chance to ask him, be like, hey, DeHuff says Rich Eisen sends his love. Something like that. Because he ripped Ryan a new asshole. It was so fucking funny. And Ryan did nothing wrong. Rich was just being a prick. Okay? I've ran into Rich a few other times, and he was an asshole to me. And then as soon as he saw that I was buddies with Mark Schlereth, he was nice to my face. But then as soon as Mark would disappear or go do something else, he still continued to be a fucking dick. There's a lot of guys like that. A lot of the media guys are just pricks. But anyway. The Browns traded Kenny Pickett to the Raiders yesterday. Today's, by the way, the deadline is 2 p.m. Denver time to trim down your roster to 53. So you're going to see a lot of this. By the time you listen to it, it might be all said and done. But either way, the Browns traded Kenny Pickett to the Raiders. The Raiders had come out like a day prior, and Pete Carroll was saying that they're looking for a quarterback. Geno Smith's like, wait, what? What? Anyway, so they got Kenny Pickett. I think that's a good pickup for the Raiders. Now, Shedeur is the number 3 quarterback as of right now on the depth chart for the Cleveland Browns, behind Dylan Gabriel. And, of course, number 1 is Joe Flacco. Trade Shedeur, please, for the love of God. I hope somebody swoops in and just like, what do you want for a Shedeur? We'll take him and make him. I'd rather him be the number 2 somewhere, get a little bit more comfortable than if his time to shine comes about, then he's got to capitalize on the moment. But sitting at a number 3 quarterback just isn't going to do anybody that's a quarterback any favors. But good for him. Good for him. I mean, you could look at I was thinking about Downer to Huff. Downer to Huff. Downer to Huff. Yeah, Shedeur Sanders moved up to the number 3 position for the Browns at quarterback. But guess what? He still plays for the Browns. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you got drafted by a team? Who's the team? Cleveland Browns. Hey, Boomer, the Bengals invited you to their Hall of Fame induction thing that they're going to do, Ring of Fame thing. That's great. Yeah, but I got to pay my own way, and, well, pretty much everybody does. That one wasn't as good, but you get the point. You get the point. Hey, you're in jail. That's not good. I mean, at least you didn't do. Maybe it's tax evasion or something, right? No. I got caught sniffing people's asses. Oh, you're in jail too. What'd you do? I was throwing dildos at people. Sorry, that's so dumb. You're welcome. You're welcome. Listen, if you go to jail for anything and you're guilty, I mean, that's on you. Don't do dumb stuff. Don't do dumb stuff. You know what we need to do? Speaking of not dumb, let's jump into the mailbag.
Mailbag. You've got mail.
This came in from J.R. Slick. Now, I will say this. This story came out last year, but it's still good. And this is what JR said to me. That's a lot of dicks. What's the headline? FBI raided at an NSA employee's home reveals over 16 million dick pics. Well, your title of saying that's a lot of dicks. That makes a lot of sense. 16 million, 16,000 would be stupid. 16, okay, I guess. You're like, oh, there's a good variety of penises that I have on my computer. Why do you need 16 million pictures of penises on your computer? Listen, back in the day when I was a hornball and I'm saving, dirty pictures from websites and whatever, and I had like a little collection of them, it never got that high. If anything, maybe 100. 16 million dick pics. Then I started thinking, I was like, is she making like a collage? Does she have like this thing where, hey guys, what's up? And then she invites people over that for dinner. And then on the TV, she just has this, montage of things playing in background. Nobody's really paying attention. Then you walk over there to look for the restroom and you're like, wait, what does she have? She has like music behind it. And it's like, just a collage of a slideshow of dicks. It's a dick. That's not, dicks, let's be honest. Dicks are not appealing. Ladies, guys that like dicks, you get it, right? You might enjoy them, but let's be honest. They're kind of gross looking. Okay? I think we can all agree on that. I don't think there's anybody out there that enjoys the flavor of a penis that can honestly go, and I like looking at them. I don't think I think we can all agree, whether you like them or not, they're just disgusting looking. Looks like a sad elephant. That's what it is. Okay? Just saying. What did JR responded to? Maybe she's doing a PowerPoint presentation. She's like overanalyzing dicks. The hell? What do you That's a lot of space on your computer. And I guess since she worked for NSA, she probably had like a terabyte of space on there. And they're like, why is Carol's computer really dragging? She's like almost at capacity of using up her memory. Let's go investigate. Let's raid her house. And then all they find is like 16 million pictures of penises. The fuck? Nick wrote in, he said, hey, Duff, did you see they're making a Super Troopers 3? Those movies are hilarious. They are freaking hilarious. I love Super Troopers. My wife loves the guys from Super Troopers, right? Okay, they're a group of guys that they have a production company called Broken Lizard, and she really got turned on to them by the show Tacoma FD, and it's a TV show. I don't know if they have a new season out or not, but they're firefighters. Same group of guys. Fucking hilarious. Now, that being said, it's on TV, so it's not as crude, but it's still pretty freaking funny. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. It's hilarious. So she likes them. She likes the actors and actresses, but she won't watch Super Troopers. Do you want to know why? Because I said, you should watch Super Troopers. It's hilarious. So now she's like, no, because it's probably dirty and disgusting. Yes, but it's still funny. Still funny. I wish they would do a sequel to Beer Fest. That was a great show, but they teased that they were going to. I think they called it like Weed Fest or something like that. But I would be fine with a Beer Fest sequel. I think that would be great.
So it's $10 for a BJ, $12 for an HJ, $15 for a ZJ.
What's a ZJ?
If you have to ask, big man, you can't afford it.
I'm still baffled by what a ZJ is. I just want to know. So I think that's cool. Thanks, Nick, for sending that in. Like, I didn't know till you sent me that. Then I looked it up and I'm like, yes, they started filming, I want to say a week ago, something like that. Or maybe it was this week, something. They just started filming, and that's exciting news. So freaking. I'm also excited. They're opening a Texas de Brazil at the Orchard here in Westminster, which is just down the road from me. Texas de Brazil, if you don't know, that's a Brazilian steakhouse. Those are phenomenal. That being said, I'm not like going to frequent there because it's a little pricey. Maybe I'll go treat myself and just take myself out on a date there. Why are we burning through so much money on the credit card? Well, I got a thing for meat, okay? Oh, so delicious, so delicious. Scott, you've gained 37 pounds in the past month. Why? Well, Texas de Brazil opened up down the street, so I guess they plan on opening that location in 2026 sometime. Don't know the exact date, but they got that. They got a P.F. Chang's about to open up. Oh, God, that's going to be a place to be. I love P.F. Chang's. Oh, I'm a foodie, guys. I'm sorry. I love good food. Anyway, you guys are amazing. Hopefully you laughed a little bit in this episode. And again, don't be saving your dick pics on your computer, especially if it's a company computer. What the shit? Talk about a dumb idea. This show is just full of dumb ideas. Don't sniff people's asses. Bad idea. Okay? Don't throw dildos at people at a sporting event or just in general, especially if the person ends up being a minor. Bad idea. Don't go cheap. If you're asking people to travel across the United States, don't go cheap, especially when you're worth millions and millions and millions of dollars. Don't go cheap and say, well, you got to pay your way and you also got to, pay for your own hotel. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Anyway, you guys are amazing. Thanks for joining the show. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Make sure you interact with the show whatever way you can. Big thanks to Roof Goat USA. Check them out at roofgoatusa.com. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. Let's continue to move forward. I'll talk to you next time.